Hallie, and I am at the Western Library today doing a story time about friendship. I thought it would be a good thing for us to talk about because right now we might be missing some of our friends. We might not have seen them in a while. So we're going to talk about all different kinds of friendship today, and I also have a fun activity for you all to do at home. But before we get to our books, let's do a nice warm-up song and get some of our wiggles out before story time. So if you can just stand up for me and reach your hands up in the sky, and then you're going to reach down low. So there's some different moves. I'll go through it twice. So we're going to go up, down, turn around, touch the sky and touch the ground, wiggle fingers, wiggle toes, wiggle shoulders, say hello. Okay, we'll go through it one more time if you didn't get those. So you got to reach your hands up. We'll go up, down, turn around, touch the sky and touch the ground, wiggle fingers, wiggle toes, wiggle shoulders, say hello. Okay, so we're going to read our first book, which is Alfie by Tyra. And this book is about a wonderful little girl and her best friend, Alfie. So we just talked about friendship. Do you all have any friends who might not be a person? I bet you all do. I know I love my dog Pepper. She's one of my friends. So a friend doesn't necessarily have to be a person, which we'll find out in this book. Alfie, the Turtle That Disappeared by Tyra. On my 6th birthday, I got Alfie. The lady at the store said he looked about 6 too. We were 6 together. At home on my carpet, he stood very still. I introduced him to everyone. Look at all of Alfie's new friends. Got a lion, a dinosaur. I taught him my wiggle dance and made him presents, but he didn't seem to notice. I showed him my costumes and wrote him songs. Mostly, he stayed inside his shell. Do you all think Alfie's noticing, though? I bet he is. Every day, I told him stories, like how Dasha got new overalls and how Ruth lost a tooth and how Peter from downstairs got a fish. I even told him my best joke about the walrus wearing pants, but he didn't seem to get it. After a while, I kind of forgot about Alfie. He didn't do much. Well, until the morning of my 7th birthday, when, what do y'all think happened? Do you see Alfie in here? I don't see him. He disappeared. I wonder where he could have gone. Oh, there they are. Do you think she's missing Alfie? I bet so. When I first saw Nia, I knew she was special. She told me that I was 6 and she was 6 too. I had never been 6 before, but I was happy we were 6 together. Her home tickled my toes, but she smelled nice, so I was calm. She had tons of friends. Nia taught me to dance. I practiced wiggling inside my shell. She gave me presents. I had never been given presents. Do you think they're friends? I think you do a lot of those things with your friends, so it sounds like it. She made me laugh and laugh and laugh. How could I make her as happy as she made me? I had to think. And think. And think. Nia was planning her 7th birthday. She told me we were going to be 7 together. I had to find her a present. Look, there's Alfie. He's climbing out. He's going to go on a big adventure. There were some good options behind the couch, but they were too dusty. I looked in all the corners and shadows and cracks and found some great places, but no great presents. I asked Toby and he said, "You should try outside. Outside is the best. Outside is the best. Get her a stick." Do you think Nia would like a stick though? Dogs love sticks. Turtles might like sticks, but maybe not Nia. I had never been outside before. I climbed past stinky things and sweet things, but nothing as fun as Nia. I had to keep looking. I had to take a risk. I crunched through the reds and oranges and yellows, but the longer I looked for a special one, the browner they got. I found a nice blue cap, but it was too small for Nia's head. There was nothing in the desert either. Do you all think that's the desert, or is it maybe something outside? You might have one in your backyard. It's a sandbox. My toes were cold and my heart was sad. I would never find a present as special as my friend. The snail said all I needed was a good rest. He knew the perfect place for me to take a nap. Just over those stones, he said. Alfie's going in a pond outside. Sometimes turtles live there. You might see some if you ever go outside to a pond. So I napped and napped and napped. Can you all think about what it looked like when Alfie first went outside? There definitely wasn't snow on the ground. And then in this picture, all the snow's gone. He's been gone a long time. When I woke up, I felt better. I asked the fish for help, and she showed me the things that had fallen to the bottom. And then I saw it. It was perfect. It looked just like something Nia would love. You see down there, a little turtle, just for Nia. I had to rush to the party. When I finally got over the rocks, the snail said, "That was fast." I was right on time. There she was. She's having her party. I could tell Nia was very surprised and happy. I had brought her the perfect present, and now we were 7 together. But can you all tell what that says? Is Nia 7 or is she 8? She turned 8. Alfie was gone for a whole year trying to find the perfect present for his friend. The end. I have a felt story next, and I also have a tip for parents and caregivers for early literacy with your children. We are going to do some rhymes in this felt story, and rhyming is a great way to help your children eventually learn to read. It helps them break down the words into smaller phonetic units and figure out that words are made up of different sounds. So even at home, if you find things that rhyme, that's a great way. Singing songs with rhyming words, reading nursery rhymes, anything like that will help your child learn to read when they're getting older. So this felt story, we have some animals and some items. So we got to figure out what goes together and what rhymes. Are you all ready? Let's talk about which animals we have and then which items, and then we'll get to the song. So this animal has little whiskers, pointy ears, a long tail, a cat. This orange animal, I bet some of you all know that one, a fox, a pig, a frog. This one's harder, it's a goat. And this big one is a bear. And over here we have a boat, a box, a log, a little hat, a wig, and a chair. So I bet you all might have heard some of the words when I was naming the animals and these items that might go together. So let's do a song and see what we can find. So the song goes, "It's so much fun to share, it's so much fun to share. I have a fox I'll share with a box." That one goes together. It's so much fun to share. So let's do another one and see if you all can figure out what it is. So let's do the bear. It's so much fun to share. It's so much fun to share. I have a bear I'll share with a... What might go? Does a log rhyme with bear? What about a chair? A bear on a chair? That one goes. So let's sing it again. It's so much fun to share. It's so much fun to share. I have a chair I'll share with the bear. It's so much fun to share. Okay, what should we do next? Maybe This little frog? Okay. It's so much fun to share. It's so much fun to share. I have a frog I'll share with a log. It's so much fun to share. We got 3 left. We have the goat, the pig, and the cat. So let's see. We have a boat left, a wig, and a hat. Can you all figure out which ones they go with? Let's do another one. It's so much fun to share. It's so much fun to share. I have a cat I'll share with a hat. There we go. It's so much fun to share. 2 left. All right. It's so much fun to share. It's so much fun to share. I have a goat I'll share with the boat. It's so much fun to share. A little goat is taking a boat ride. We have 1 left. I bet y'all can figure it out. It's so much fun to share. It's so much fun to share. I have a pig I'll share with the wig. It's so much fun to share. That pig looks pretty silly in his wig. But all of those animals and items rhyme. So we have a frog on a log, a fox on a box, a cat in a hat, a wig on a pig, a goat in a boat, and a bear on a chair. So that's a fun song that you can do at home, and you can even just rhyme things you find around the house as well, and that'll really help your kids as they're learning to read. Okay, it's time for our next book, and this is one of my favorites. This one is called Be Kind by Pat Zitlo Miller and illustrated by Jen Hill. And this book talks about a really wonderful friendship between 2 girls at school who just learn how to be kind to each other. Sometimes when you have a bad day, it's important to be kind to the people around you, even if you're having a hard time. So this girl learns how to be kind. Tanisha spilled grape juice yesterday. It's all over her. How would that make you feel if that happened while you were at school? Probably not very happy. That kind of ruins your day a little bit. All over her new dress. Everyone laughed. I almost did too, but Mom always tells me to be kind, so I tried. I don't think it worked. I said, "Purple is my favorite color." I thought Tanisha would smile, but she ran into the hall instead. When she came back, snack time was over. She put her art smock on and didn't look at anyone. She might be feeling embarrassed. I almost told Tanisha that art was my favorite class, but I didn't want her to leave again. So I painted purple splotches and added some green until I had a bunch of beautiful violets. While I painted, I thought about Tanisha. Should I have handed her my napkin, let her borrow my sweatshirt, spilled my juice so everyone stared at me instead? What does it mean to be kind anyway? That's a good question. Sometimes it's hard to know. Maybe it's giving. Making cookies for Mr. Rinaldi, who lives alone, letting someone with smaller feet have my too tight shoes. He might win races in them too. Maybe it's helping, putting dirty dishes in the sink, cleaning up after Otis, our class guinea pig. He's a messy eater. Maybe it's paying attention, telling Desmond I like his blue boots, asking the new girl to be my partner, listening to Aunt Franny's stories, even the ones I've heard before. Being kind should be easy, like throwing away a wrapper or recycling a bottle, or saying, "Thank you, bless you, hey Kayla, what's new, Omar? Good afternoon, Rabbi Mandelbaum." My mom says the quickest way to be kind is to use people's names. So she said all those people's names. I bet you all can think of some ways to be kind too. Being kind can be hard too. Even when you know what to do, teaching someone something I'm good at is tricky, even when I'm patient. And sticking up for someone when other kids aren't kind is really hard. and really scary. But do you think it's important to do? I think so. It's important to stick up for other people. Maybe I can't solve Tanisha's grape juice problem. Maybe all I can do is sit by her in art class and paint this picture for her, because I know she likes purple too. Maybe I can only do small things, but my small things might join small things other people do, and together they could grow into something big. Something really big, so big that all our kindnesses spill out of our school, spread throughout the town. What are some nice things that people are doing in this picture? People are donating clothes, adopting an animal, helping somebody at the bus stop. Those are all kind things you can do. You can travel across the country and go all the way around the world. All that kindness is spreading. Right back to Tanisha and me, so we can be kind again and again and again. How do you think Tanisha's feeling after she tried to be kind, after someone was kind to her? Probably pretty good. Look, she went home. She might not have said anything, but she went home and put that drawing up. So she changed her whole day just by being kind. So that's something for you all to think about, is ways that you can be kind in your everyday life. It can be just saying hi to somebody on the street. So that's one of my favorite books. I hope you all liked it too. I have a song for you all, and some of you all might have done this song before in some other story times or at home. And I think it's a good one because you can use it to tell your friends that you love them, that you miss them, and it's just a fun song to sing. So we're gonna do Skin-a-Marink. So if you know it, go ahead and sing it. We'll do it slow one time and then a little bit faster the next time. So it goes like this. Get your arms up. Ready? You go. Skin-a-marinky dinky dink, skin-a-marinky doo. I love you. I love you in the morning and in the afternoon. I love you in the evening and underneath the moon. Skin-a-marinky dinky dink, skin-a-marinky doo. I love you. Let's try it one more time, a little bit quicker. Go. Skin-a-marinky dinky dink, skin-a-marinky doo. I love you. Skin-a-marinky dinky dink, skin-a-marinky doo. I love you. I love you in the morning and in the afternoon. I love you in the evening and underneath the moon. Skin-a-marinky dinky dink, skin-a-marinky doo. I love you. You can use that to say hi to your friends, tell them you love them, and just sing a fun song. This is our last book, called In a Jar by Deborah Marcero. This book is about two friends that meet, and one of them has to move away. So we've talked about all different types of friendship, being kind. You might have a friend that isn't a person. And in this one, we're talking about friends who might not be together anymore. A lot of you all might have friends you haven't seen in a while. So this is a way that you can talk to your friends even when they're not there. In a Jar by Deborah Marcero. Llewellyn was a collector. He collected things in jars. What do you think he might be collecting? Some leaves, maybe? They look so pretty in the fall. When he held a jar and peered inside, Llewellyn remembered all the wonderful things he had seen and done. He collected small, ordinary things, like a spider web or a shell. There's some leaves, like buttercups and feathers and heart-shaped stones. One night, the sunset painted the sky the color of tart cherry syrup. Llewellyn ventured down to the shore with as many jars as he could carry. And a little girl named Evelyn was there too. Llewellyn scooped that cherry light into his jars, and when he was done, he gave one to Evelyn. He made a new friend. Evelyn took the jar home And to her surprise, it glowed through the night with the memory of that sunset. From then on, Llewellyn and Evelyn collected things together. They collected things hard to hold, like rainbows, the sound of the ocean, and the wind just before snow falls. They collected things you might not think would even fit in a jar, but somehow they did. They collected the wonders of winter, like hot chocolate or a fire on a really cold day, sledding, all those memories. The newness of spring, flowers blooming, there's a mama duck and her baby chicks. And the long days and shadows of summer. Hot summer day. Over time, their jars filled the walls of Llewellyn's house. Look at all those memories that Llewellyn has in his jars. But one day, Evelyn had sad news. Her family was moving to a new town. How do you think they're feeling? Pretty sad that their friend's moving away and won't be able to see him for a while. Too soon, it was time to say goodbye. With Evelyn gone, Llewellyn's heart felt like an empty jar. Have you all ever had a friend that moved away? You might not have yet, but sometimes people move to a new house or a new town. You might not see them as much. One night, Llewellyn lay awake. Falling stars glittered against the dark sky. He wondered if Evelyn could see them too. That gave him an idea. What do y'all think the idea might be? Maybe he's going to send her something? Llewellyn tiptoed out into the moonless night and collected the meteor shower in a jar. All those stars. The next day, he prepared a package. Where's it going? He's taking it to the post office. It's flying on a plane all the way to Evelyn. And when the box arrived and Evelyn opened the jar, the stars in the night sky fell around her. Evelyn knew just what to do. She collected the sounds, the crowds, and the bright night lights of her new home and sent them all to Llewellyn. And so, when the golden leaves of autumn began to fall once again, Llewellyn set out to collect a jar full for Evelyn. A little boy named Max was there too. Luckily, Llewellyn had brought an extra jar. The end. So that was in a jar. And I'm going to ask a favor from you all. So something you can do, we saw Llewellyn and Evelyn send a jar to each other. And something you can do, if you haven't seen your friends in a while, and you haven't seen us at the library in a while either, and we really miss you. So you can send a card to your friends, or you can send us one at the library. We would really appreciate some fun notes saying hi. And you can send them to the main library at 301 York Street, Louisville, Kentucky, 40203. So hopefully we'll hear from you soon. Thank you all so much for listening to my story time today. I really appreciate it. I hope you all liked some of the books that we read today. And I also hope that you write us some letters at the library because we really miss you. And now it's time for our goodbye song since our story time is coming to an end. And this song is like the one we did in the beginning. So if you'll remember that, we start with up and then down, but there's a couple different moves. So we'll do the same beginning. You go up, down, turn around, touch the sky and touch the ground, pat your belly, blink your eyes, blow a kiss, and say goodbye. So we'll do it one more time. Up, down, turn around, touch the sky and touch the ground, pat your belly, blink your eyes, blow a kiss, and say goodbye. Thank you all so much. We'll see you next time.